Hello to you, I'm Jesse Johnson. This is Religion, Its Basics. You cannot be religious alone. You need a society and culture to teach you a religion. But you can be spiritual alone because spiritual is your very beingness. Religion and spiritual are not interchangeable nor identical. Religion is given to you by human society. Spiritual is in fact your essence. There is nothing to do, only something to see with the heart. God, G-O-D, the word God, is an idea, and it is equal to your own personal definition of the word God. There are perhaps 5 billion humans in the world, and that means there is approximately 5 billion personal, different definitions of the word God. Religion is needed only because and when humans are in terrible conditions and states socially. Otherwise, it isn't needed along with poverty. Both are universal institutions of humanity. Once you're born, society gives you the elements of culture in all 12 universal institutions in art, economics, education, family, law, medical, mass media, political, polity, religion, science, and spiritual. Now, to begin, hold on, please. Hold on just for a second. I'm going to move the camera. Now, to begin. A, religion, the definition of. Religion means conscientiousness, scrupulousness, to bind together, to regroup, come together in community or society. A belief in divine or superhuman powers. Also, something to be obeyed, worshipped, or followed. A system of conduct, a code of ethics, morals, or beliefs in rituals, ceremonies, and specific philosophies. Also, any system of beliefs, practices, ethical and moral values, specific states of mind, way of life, expressing love of a God or gods, humans, and life in general. One's will and effort to act in accordance with the will of a deity or deities within a community, order, or organization. Strong practice and regard and pursuit of observances and rites. To be converted away from sins towards forgiveness and change of heart. To unite publicly with unshakable vows of piety and holiness or wholeness. It also includes zeal and enthusiastic affectation and concerned with appropriate life performance in society. Also, religion concerns devout and conforming to teachings of humanism, spirituality, with relationships characterized by social and community and communal relating and relationships of non-conflictual growth. It also includes exact and strict observance of promises of requirements, engaged in moral order and mandates. The purpose of religion is for the good of communities and social order. To continue. B, political, definition of politics or the political. It means the spirit, zeal, and ardor, or the right to participate in determining the form, representatives, if any, representatives, officials, those making laws in relations of nations, nation state, or nation states, or state, the science and art of the organizations, principles, institutions, sub-institutions and or methods of government or governance along the line of potential negatives such as partisan gain, scheming, opportunism, cunning, using artifacts, or along the lines of the potential of positive good of foreseeing principled conduct for the good of a population of people, conducting or participating in power of affairs, in tactics, strategies, opinions, also the form, constitutions, systems, fundamental principles of national management of laws and policy expediency. Also, the political includes the military, which is a part of the political institutional infrastructure. Military security and security in all its other forms are politically based. Now, to continue. Word of note, a word of note. This is quite important. A word of note. Number one, Islam, I-S-L-A-M. Islam is not, N-O-T, not a religion, but a political ideological system. Number two, Muslims use religion to hide their political agenda. Number three, the political agenda of Islam, the ideology of Muslims, is the extermination of the whole of all cultures that is not Islamic, and to kill every single human, the whole of humanity who refuses to become Muslim. Number four, the Quran or Quran, statements from the Quran. A, slay all non-Muslims, infidels, unbelievers, until there is none upon the earth, and there is only the one religion, quote, unquote. This is not religion, but the political genocide against humanity. B, when the holy months have passed, Ramadan, kill all non-Muslims, infidels, unbelievers, wheresoever ye find them, and use every stratagem of war against them. But if they become Muslim and pay zakat, and simply then let them be. To continue, C, if a man changes his religion, kill him, and so forth and so forth. There are dozens of these statements in the Quran, the Hadith, such as Bukhari, Muslim, Tirmidhi, etc. The Taqra, which is a book to wage war against and destroy all non-Muslim humanity. The Sirah Rasulullah, which is the biography of Muhammad, a partially made-up biography. And we'll go to E. Muhammad, the founder of Islam, was, in the sexual sense, toward babies and children 9 years old and under, he was a sex pedophile, a sex child molester, and sex child predator, etc. 2. Politically, Muhammad was a mass murderer, a owner and seller of black and brown slaves. He created a philosophy of genocide against the whole of humanity. He also gave many orders to assassinate his critics and poets, etc. Number 3, the way Muhammad was toward women, he produced nothing but misogynistic hatred toward women. He was a woman multi-rapist. He was also a multi-adulterer, etc. Number 4, his consideration toward economics was that he robbed, he stole, he slaughtered defenseless caravans, robbing them to support his beliefs, which built up Islam, or built up his following. We'll go to C, prayer, the definition of prayer. Prayer, to pray, means to entreat, to make supplications to beg for imploringly, to ask for very earnestly, to call for aid, an earnest request, to petition for help to a sovereign or authority or someone or something of power and ability. Very strong request for a thing desired or to be done or to be granted. Devotion to something. Prayer needs two things, you and something else. Pray. You pray because for something. You pray for, F-O-R, for something. It can be anything. You also pray to something or someone because you don't have the power or ability to do it or get it and so forth. We'll go to D, worship. The definition of worship. To worship. To honor or to honor of being worthy of extreme consideration or excellence of character and dignity in order to be accepted. Veneration, religious homage to give great respect to. Showing unbounded admiration for, to worship, to pay adoration to. Show intense love to idolize. Worship needs two things, you and the something else that is being worshipped. The purpose of worship is you worship something or someone or someone. Now let's continue. E, religion, is a universal institution of humanity and has two types of religions. One, theistic religion, which includes Christianism, Judaism, Zoroastrianism, Shintoism, Parisianism, etc. It has gods, a god or gods, more than one, a god or more than one. The second form of religion is non-theistic religion, which includes Buddhism, Jainism, Scientologyism, etc. In this particular case, morality and ethics is without deity or deities. There is no praying, no worshiping for something, nor to something. It has no gods or deities, no god or gods, plural. Now let's go to theism. Theism is the acceptance that there is a deity or deities or God or gods or some great force separate or independent of oneself. We'll go to A. Monotheism means there is you accept only one God. This God is usually personal, a personal God, which means this God has feelings, attitudes, immorals, morals, unethics, ethics, etc. And is usually almost every time is represented by living things or non-living things and has effects on things and abilities, etc. We'll go to B. Polytheism means that you accept two or more gods and the qualities of these gods is the same as here above. We'll go to C, in A that is. Now we'll go to C. Deist means you have one God, but that one God is impersonal. Is impersonal. Now let's continue. We'll go to D. Pantheist. Pan means all, every, omni, totality. Pantheist means that God, in this particular case, is considered the physical universe itself. But there's a difference. The physical universe is not considered in the mechanical, scientific sense. But the universe is considered in the spiritual sense or religious sense, closer to the religious sense and not the spiritual sense. But God, in this case, is the universe in its totality as the divine being or beingness itself. The universe, this must be remembered, the universe It's not personal. You are. We'll go to E. Atheist. A means not. So therefore, atheist means the person has zero God or zero gods. Or even the use of the word God is a zero. There is no theistic proposition. Almost no theistic propositions are accepted. We'll go to F. Agnostic. A means not. Gnostic means no. That simply means you don't know. That means there is a non-acceptance of all propositions and ideas of deities, gods, and so forth, and their definitions until proven one way or the other. G, Gnostic, which means to know. Gnostics uses religion and its format and lots of its information to construct a sensible experiential thesis. Now, I want to thank everyone for listening and watching. And please share this video and subscribe and have a fine day.